When you hear people doing things different than how you prepared it, for a split second, you're like, am I doing it? Then I said, nope. I put my earbuds in and stayed in the prep that I had done.
Hi, I'm Alex DeLerma, and this is the Cinema Gym. The Cinema Gym is all about helping you transition from the stage to the screen. So, Phillip Brandon, Cinema Gym actor for we go back.
At least 10 years.
Wow.
10
Has it
years.
been that long?
Yes.
Yikes. So most recently, we've seen you on a couple of shows. Tell us about it.
Most recently was Station 19. I did the season finale for season 3.
That's ABC?
Yeah, ABC. Mm-hmm. And then right before that was Nickelodeon. I was in their final season of Henry Danger.
The mayor?
Yeah. Mayor Sockwell.
Funny stuff.
It was a fun character to play.
I'm seeing it now.
Yeah.
So I wanted to talk a little bit about how some auditions require a physicality or something physical that's not easy to do in a live audition situation, which you had with one of the shows you just mentioned.
Yeah. So Station 19, I was the actual scene. I was stuck in an MRI machine.
MRI.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But, they didn't have an MRI machine in the audition. It was literally just a chair, just like this, and a camera.
And what was happening in the MRI machine?
So I was a patient that was being scanned. Yeah, and I was suffering from some PTSD situation as well. Yeah,
that's right.
And there was an explosion, and whoever was doing the scan for me just fled. So I was stuck in there.
Right.
The character was. And so they were very specific with saying that it needed to feel real. And so we were trying to, because you coached me on that right before I went into the audition room, which I was so thankful for, trying to come up with pieces of behavior.
Physical behavior.
Yeah, pieces of behavior that would simulate that in a real way. But the trick is not to be gimmicky with it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, right.
So that it comes from a real place.
Right.
And so with that particular one, you had suggested, just try some heavy breathing before you start the scene, kind of go into, so you can kind of hyperventilate a bit. And that really helped.
I think we were in this room.
Literally.
It's been months, so my memory's a little foggy.
Mm-hmm.
But I think we were working on the scene, and I said, you don't want to pass out. But for something like this, actors should just get yourself to that point with, start your breathing to a point where you're almost a little lightheaded, but you have to be really careful about it.
Right.
And that seemed to make a connection for you and grounded you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It really did. And it also helped. The grounding is the biggest part of that, because, I was listening to what a lot of the other actors were doing in the room, and everyone was just yelling.
So now later you're at the audition.
At the audition, yeah.
And you're hearing them through the wall.
Yeah, and they're just screaming and yelling and, all these things. And at first, kind of when you hear people doing things different than how you prepared it, for a split second, you're like, am I doing it? Then I said, nope. I put my earbuds in and stayed in the prep that I had done. And I think that's what helped, is just being super grounded in that kind of real place.
Those actors fell into the trap. They read a script and it says, oh, he's claustrophobic. He's stuck in an MRI machine and he's freaking out. So they're playing the concept of it. Right. As opposed to finding some type of substitution that's safe for you to practice at home. And we've talked about this in class a lot. I was trying to encourage you guys to treat preparing for an audition as though it were a rehearsal for a play.
I went on the audition, booked it, and then I wanted to do another coaching or a rehearsal, essentially. So then
for
the actual shoot.
Yes,
we did it a day before the shoot day, and it was great because this time we went into the other room and I laid out on the futon. You suggested that, and just so that it was as real as possible, and that really helped because when I went into the shoot day, I felt like I had so many options, so many things to play with, because they were running way behind on time. So the energy was palpable when I walked on the set that, they don't have time to play today. Like you
got to bring it.
They were, I was the last scene to be filmed on the last day of the season. So everybody was also ready to go because they were going on hiatus after that.
Mm-hmm.
So it was a lot of pressure to kind of figure out how that was going to go. But yeah, it ended up going super fast because of the fact that, and I can tell that they were happy with my performance. Yeah,
you got it.
Because I jumped in and had, but it was only because we had rehearsed it so much, so I had so many things to be able to just jump into. So.
I want to reiterate something for people who are listening to this. Before you said, yeah, you came back to coach for the actual shoot, and that I had you laid down. It's like we tried to recreate. We were trying to think, how would they do this? He's going to be trapped in something. So, okay, lay on the futon. And then I went on. I said, I'm going to act with you on the other side of this door, because in the scene there's emergency workers that are outside. They're outside of this thing,
right? And
so it's about simulating, for people who are watching, it's trying to simulate as much as possible what you know is going to be on set. Okay. Yeah. And one last thing. I love that you did that. You make their job easier. And it's funny because right around the same time, Matthew Brady, who's another good actor and a classmate, he was booking things and he was doing the same thing. And he was coming back and telling me, yeah, I went on set. And the director was like, wow, blown away, because we had rehearsed for the shoot. So he coached for the audition, then he rehearsed for the shoot. And I mention this because you guys are just making the executive producers excited about you, that you're arriving, you've rehearsed yourselves, you're ready to go.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, the executive producer, who was also the director on that particular shoot, asked to take a photo with me after the scene, which I thought I was excited about. I was like, of course,
That's great.
So I think he was really happy, and the DP, everybody they were very vocal about the job that I was doing. So
yeah,
it ended up being really
That's
cool.
awesome, man. You come prepared and you're ready to roll. Thank you for doing this.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Thanks for visiting the Cinema Gym. If these videos are helping you and you want to see some more, please like, subscribe, comment. Let's keep this thing going. If you're interested in classes, seminars, or private coaching, you can visit the website. Hope to see you in the gym soon.
TheCinemaGym.com for virtual one-on-one coaching for camera.